Hello, my name is Rick Fairless from Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Strokers Inc., RF Custom Parts, and Big State Fountain Grill over in Irving. Welcome to my empire known as Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House. We love you here with us. I created Strokers out of, I think, necessity. I mean, I worked for the Glidden Paint Company for 20 years and I was happy doing that. But it was either open mown motorcycle shop and open mown bar and grill and do something that made me happy, something that gave me a creative outlet, or cut my throat. And I decided to go ahead and go with the motorcycle beer joint option. You know, the whole Sensei deal started with a friend of mine by the name of Herschel Walker. They told me all about the Sensei deal. You got to check it out, you got to check it out, you got to check it out. When we finally got around to checking it out, it was like, oh my God, this thing is a big deal. You know, this is some new technology, this is new stuff happening, and we wanted to be a part of it. But when I did the homework, I saw that we could take what we have here, what we do every weekend and every day, and put it in computers around the world. I mean, I think that's awesome. I mean, it's just, the possibilities are endless, and the chance of doing something that really hasn't been done before and being on the cutting edge of something, it's just overwhelming to me, and I'm proud to be part of the Sensei family. I may marry the Sensei family one at a time.
You're just this colorful character, the tie-dye, man, the bikes. I mean, the creations you create, and it's like, I was told, you know, people say, oh, he's like a throwback from the 60s and 70s, man, that whole concept of design. Tell us about the design of your concepts, and where do you get that inspiration from to create motorcycles like only you do?
About, I don't know, 15 or 20 years ago, a lady said, I was working with a lady, and she said, you're a pretty good marketing person. And I consider myself a pretty good marketing person. And she said the whole tie-dye and Chuck Taylors and the hippie thing, that's all good marketing. And I said, that ain't marketing, that's just who I am. And I think it goes back to, you know, when I was a kid and when I grew up in the 60s and the 70s, and I've held on to it. And, you know, it seems to work for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you got a niche. How did your family say, who are you inspired by? How did your parents inspire you, or did you just run out and create your own, blaze your own trail? I mean, someone had to give you some inspiration as a kid, or when did you first pick up a wrench, or when did you start riding or creating?
When I was about 7 years old, my great uncle had a ranch in East Texas, and he was my mom's favorite aunt and uncle, and they had some dough, and they had a big ranch in East Texas, so my mom would go there a lot and drag us kids, and he had a couple of motorcycles on there, so that was the first time I got to ride one, and it just like hit me right in the teeth. I mean, once I rode, you know, it was a little mini bike, I just loved it. And so from the time that I was 7, he gave me a mini bike that I could take back to Irving, and since that time I've never been without a motorcycle.
And what about the inspiration from your parents?
My dad had a BSA 650 when I was young.
Ooh, so did my dad. His was royal blue.
My dad's was black, was red and black, and his best friend at the time had a Triumph 650, and he was on his way to our house from downtown Dallas, and he got killed on it. So his parents didn't want anything to do with it, so they gave it to my dad. And my dad, he sold his BSA, and he kept the Triumph in the garage, but he wouldn't ride anymore, you know. But he never discouraged my brother and I from riding.
So Rick, you're a motivator. You get a lot of people working for you, and we're going to talk about your bar and the strokers, and you got a lot of stuff going on. But how do you motivate people in a success-driven world or a motivational type of world? I would consider you an entrepreneur. You had an Easy Rider store that turned into Strokers. Is that right? But all along, you've had to do deals and sell bikes and create and motivate and inspire people. What is, if you could help out anybody out there, what would be, like, I'd say, a secret to success, or at least to keep on keeping on?
It's easy, and one of the things I do that I enjoy doing is I am a motivational speaker. So I've actually lectured for a bunch of different companies. I've also lectured at Texas Christian University, TCU, 3 times. I've lectured at DePaul University twice, and I like talking to people that listen, and I've gone to trade schools and high schools. But the bottom line, if you could put it all in a synopsis, is you can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do if you want it bad enough. How bad do you want to lose weight? How bad do you want to get a promotion? How bad do you want to, live in a nicer house and drive a nicer car and make more money? You can get it. You can there at the radio station, and Dave Nichols can, and I can, we all can, if we're willing to pay the price. So if you're punching the clock and you're coming in at 9 o'clock every day, your hour's 9 to 6 with an hour for lunch, come in at 8:30. Come in at 8:30, don't punch in till 9. Take your lunch break and work through the lunch break. Stay later. Volunteer to do things. When you think, I'm just working, I'm doing all this, and the boss doesn't notice, he notices.
Mm-hmm.
He notices when he comes in and the light's on in your office or your cubicle, or when he sees what you're doing. I mean, it's what do you want, and how bad do you want?
So you say
when I give my speech, and I tell them at the very end, and it's true, if a dumbass like me can be successful, anybody can. How bad do you want it?
How bad do you want it?
So you don't like those guys that come in late and go home early. They got to come in early and stay late. That's my kind of guys too, that have your back, but to motivate that is a constant everyday adventure. Your slogan, though, one of your guys told me you got a slogan, and I've heard it before: get to work. You can't work all day. You can't work all day if you don't start in the morning.
No, that's right. And I mean, it's just a new employee doesn't have to work there long before you figure out if they're going to make it or not. And if it's just somebody punching a time clock, or as we call it, a warm body. If it's just a warm body, I don't want that guy. I don't want that guy. I'll try to mentor that guy, and I'll try to get that guy, to step it up. But most of the time, if they don't want it, you can't make them take it.
Yep.
So.
Well, and you know what else, Rick? All of us here are doing what we love, and that's a big part of it too. I know that's true for you, Rick. You're doing what you love.
Yep, no, absolutely, and that's why I try to hire people that are enthusiasts, because the enthusiast doesn't mind working harder, and he doesn't mind being at work longer, but if he is a motorcycle enthusiast, so they seem to always work out better.
And during COVID and everyone that had struggles with their businesses and everything, that brought a lot of cream to the top too. There were some companies that had people that just jumped ship, and then there were others that grabbed a bucket and helped bail the water. And that really separates, a lot of people. And I think, as bad as the whole COVID pandemic has been, it did show a lot of businesses who their loyal, people are that stuck by them. So you're right about that.
So there you go, people. your dream can come true, and it doesn't matter what you start out in life. It's what you want to do in life, and to have a dream, to have a goal is so important, isn't it, Rick? To be focused on a dream.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It goes back to how bad, what do you want, and how bad do you want it? You know, I wanted to be the number one sales guy. You know, I mean, I'm like the guy, the big guy at the buffet line. You know, I go through the buffet line and I say it's pizza, and I got a big plate of pizza, and as I'm sitting there eating that pizza, I'm watching that line. And then I see, hey, they're bringing out some more pizza. Well, you still got some pizza on your plate. Yeah, I know, but this is the I got to go get it. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that just
You're that guy.
Stuff on my plate, and I can't stop. Whatever I have, I want more. I want better. I want cooler. I want neater. You know, I'm that guy.
Man, it's so inspiring speaking with you. The motorcycle creations that you create. Tell us about the one that's on the cover of Born to Ride. That bike is just the standout. I mean, it's unbelievable. Tell us about that bike, Rick.
Well, that bike is called Pam, and I call it Pam after Pam Anderson because it's really curvy. Pam's got two tubes. The left tube and the canister at the bottom of the tube is gas, and then the right tube is the oil tank. And I wanted something completely different is when we came up with that, and it actually rides really good. And my daughter rode it around in Sturgis this year. You know, and it's just I don't know, it's just the whole 60s and 70s vibe. And when I'm doing a bike or designing the bike or we're building the bike, I kind of get lost in it, you know, and ideas are easy for me. I've got thousands and thousands of ideas of things that you know, that I want to do and all that. So it's you know, Pam was a special bike, and she runs as good as she looks. S&S actually, when they had their 50th, which was, when was it, Dave? 2008? Wasn't that their 50th anniversary?
Yeah, I was going to say it's been a lot longer than you might remember. It was a while ago.
So they S&S invited 50 builders to build 50 bikes for their 50th anniversary and bring them home to La Crosse, Wisconsin. So they asked me to be one of the builders, and they assigned me a twin cam motor, which I'm not really a twin cam kind of guy. I'm more of a panhead, knucklehead, shovelhead, but it was cool, and so that was the bike that we built around it. But one of the things, out of all the events I've ever been to, that event for their 50th was the classiest event I had ever been to.
Awesome.
And they had the red carpet laid out, so we got all 50 of these bikes in a room, and they had the red carpet laid out, and so they're inviting, you know, they're calling the builder's name, and you walk down the red carpet and just waved, and so they called in no specific order, and when they called two guys in a row, and the MC was Chris McGee. Y'all know Chris McGee? Dave does.
Yep.
So Chris McGee said, "Okay, that's two foreigners in a row." He said, "But this next guy, you get no more American than this next guy from Dallas, Texas." And Rick Fairless, and they said, you know, in this room, you can pick out his bike from anywhere in the room. You can see which, and that was me.
Well, you know, that's one of those, anywhere you go, we call that a 5-second rule bike. That's 5 seconds after you pull up, someone's going to go, "Damn, tell me about that motor. That's unbelievable." You know, and that's what you're captivating, man. But that's what I think you're larger than life in every aspect. That you got that 5-second rule, man. And one more time, tell us why people need to come to Strokers and the lifestyle of the Texas lifestyle of your place, how you welcome them, the experience they get, and what are they going to take home with them that separates it from the other places they've been to?
Tie-dye.
A lot of people that come to Strokers, it'll be like, you know, their wife came to DFW to visit somebody, and so the husband came along to visit Strokers, or a lot of people come to Strokers as a destination. So people will say, they'll email me or Lena and say, we want to come check out Strokers on vacation, send us a list of hotels, and we do, and all that. And I give them a tour. We're 2.5 acres, so I give them a tour. And tons of people have emailed me and told me the highlight of our vacation was coming to Strokers, because it's just,
wow.
Like I said, it's a throwback to the 60s and the 70s. I've got dinosaurs on the roof. I got a 20-foot life-size giraffe that's tie-dyed. We bring in live music on the weekends. We have bikini girls selling beer. I got the Grateful Dead tour bus out there. I mean, it's just a very eclectic place where you see things that you're not going to see in any other motorcycle shop or any other bar in the country.
Well, that's awesome, Rick. How do people get in touch with you? We're almost out of time. Where do they need to go? Website, social media, your radio show? You got it all. Tell them.
Yeah, you can go to strokersdallas.com is the website. We're on all the social media under Rick Fairless. You can find my Facebook page, or you can find the Instagram and all that. And we do a Facebook Live deal 3 times a week. So it's just, we're everywhere out there. I'm easy to find. If you just type in my name, if you want to see what I do, type in Rick Fairless in Google and hit images, and you'll see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures from me all over the country.
Well, we can't thank you enough, Rick. You're one of the good guys, man. Family, your mom, family, the whole 9 yards, you and your daughter. Thank you so much for being a part of Born to Ride.
Hey, thanks for having me on that. Dave Nichols is the best, and you guys are awesome. Anything we can do to support y'all, I appreciate it.
Man,
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
do
you,
a lot,
Rick.
Dave.
Thank you, Rick.
Always
All
great,
right,
Dave
thank
Nichols.
you.
Thank you, Captain.
Road trip
you
to
bet,
Dallas.
everybody.
Here we go.
Let's
Road
go.
trip.
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks for joining Born to Ride Radio on Boss Hog Radio Network this Thursday evening. Have a great evening. Be safe out there.
So, boys, what do you think? Norm, 8.5?
8.5, Norm.
What? Only the missus gets a 10.
What's wrong with you?
You're out of your mind.
Well, it's not a bad score. Come on. It's okay, Debbie. We'll throw the high and the low out.
Thanks,
Norm.
Nate. All right, boys,
Okay.
I'm going to go change into something else. Thanks a lot, Norm.
It's not that bad a score.
8.5, Norm.
Come on. Your sister's
Canadian?
That chick's a 10,
What the
dude.
hell's wrong with you?
It's not that bad.
Norm. 8.5. What do you got? 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
10, 10, 10. 8.5.
What the f*** are you guys doing?
Well, Rick, we were helping Debbie out with, the bikini thing, She
Did
asked
you
for
forget
some
about
help.
the Easy Rider guy supposed to be on his way out here?
Yeah.
All of you guys, I'm going to put you on the unemployment line, and you're going to have a bunch of your buddies with you.
We were cleaning. We got half the shop clean.
You guys are going to give me a goddamn heart attack if you don't quit this. One day, I said one day, and you said okay. You can't even give me one freaking day.
Well,
You guys are all weak and worthless, every one of you. You're driving me crazy.
Rick, what would you give her?
Hold on. 11.
Hey, thanks, boss.
Now get back to work, all of you frickin' guys. And I better not catch you doing this again. Oh, hey. How you doing?
I'm looking for Rick.
That's me, Rick Fairless. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
We've been waiting for you. I want to show you around if you got a little time.
Really? Yeah, I mean, if you've got time.
I got all day for you, sir.
Very good.
Come on, I'll show you around. You'll like the.
Born to Ride is brought to you in part by 866 Law Friend. Ride safe. Ride smart. Offices in Palm Harbor.
Born to Ride.